So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh.
Social injustice has many definitions. Most people agree that it's when some people in society are treated unequally from the rest. There have been many examples of social injustice in the past. Slavery is an example of social injustice. The modern civil rights movement, which went on in the 1950s and 1960s, was fought because African American citizens were treated much differently than white citizens. They couldn't vote as easily or use the same public places that whites could. Cesar Chavez, the man our school is named after, fought for fair treatment of farm workers, who were mostly poor and could not easily stand up to the big agricultural companies who owned the farms they worked on. Recently in our nation's history, the Black Lives Matter movement has stood up for the fair and equal treatment of members of the African American community by police. The Day Without Immigrants marches of 2017 were able to bring attention to the poor treatment of immigrants in our country. The Flint, Michigan water crisis is an example of social injustice because people living in the community of Flint, Michigan are unable to access clean, safe water in their homes. Those too poor to buy filters or bottled water must make do with the water from the faucet, which is unsafe to drink. There are many more examples of social injustice in our society. This 6 weeks, Ms. Hines and I want you to look for the unfair treatment of others in the stories we read. Most importantly, we want you all to think about what role you play in all of this. What can you do to help? Do you see someone at school who isn't being treated right? Can you step in and say something? Who's going to grow up to be the police officers, doctors, lawyers, judges, congressmen of tomorrow? Who is? You are.